you were trapped in a burning hotel? How to keep your wallet away from thieves? When it's safe to ride a roller coaster? How to protect your bags at the airport?
This is yours?
And how to stay awake behind the wheel? Tonight, test how much you know about staying safe on your vacation with the Court TV Safety Challenge, Traveling Safe. And now from our studios in Times Square, here's ABC News senior legal correspondent, Cynthia McFadden.
Good evening. Americans love to travel, but now everyone's first concern is security. There are guards at the airports and security checkpoints at bridges and tunnels. But against this backdrop of anxiety about terrorism, we sometimes overlook taking the most common sense precautions. Thousands of vacations are ruined each year when small mistakes turn into full-fledged disasters. Would you know how to escape a fire in your hotel? What if your bags were stolen at the airport or you lost your child at a crowded amusement park? Well, tonight, Court TV challenges what you think you know about traveling safely. So while you watch, take our interactive quiz. Grab a pencil or go online to courttv.com or AOL keyword CourtTV. You might just learn a few things that will save your life. We'll start in a place most of us consider even safer than our own home, a hotel.
All responding units, contact Delta.
Fort Lauderdale, Florida. A small fire in this garbage can turns a hotel room into a blazing inferno. Within minutes, the hallway is pitch black with toxic smoke. Vision is limited to just a few inches, and firefighters come face to face with shooting flames.
Get down! Get down!
Searing heat, blinding smoke, terrifying conditions for someone trapped in a building. So, how would you get out alive? What you've just seen was only a demonstration, a fire staged by the Fort Lauderdale Fire Department in an abandoned hotel. But here in the U.S., there are 5,000 real fires in hotels every year, and one of them could be where you and your family are staying. If you were stuck inside a burning hotel, you would have only seconds to find your way out.
Away from the windows! Do not attempt to jump from the windows!
Knowing how to escape could mean the difference between life and death. To show you what you can do to help save your life, the Fort Lauderdale Fire Department helped us stage a dramatic demonstration.
You're so clever.
16 people were asked to be part of an emergency drill at this local hotel, but we didn't tell them what the emergency would be. We rigged hidden cameras in each of their rooms and in the hotel hallway and watched to see how our test subjects would react to a simulated fire. When our volunteers get to their rooms, they begin to unwind. What's the first thing you should do when you get to your room? Check the phones to see if they're working, find the emergency exits, or check for a fire extinguisher. The fire department started our demonstration by pumping theatrical smoke and fumes into the vents. Next, we cut electrical power and sounded the alarms. If the fire alarm goes off, what's the first thing you should do? Feel the door for heat, call the hotel operator for instructions, or grab your key and wallet and leave. People are now leaving their rooms only to be met by a smoke-filled hallway. Within seconds, the smoke is so thick it's impossible to see more than a few inches in front of your face. We had to use special thermal cameras that detect body heat to see what's happening. If you enter a smoky hallway, what should you do? Walk calmly to the exit, get down low and crawl to the exit, or run to the exit as fast as possible.
Come on, this way, follow us, go!
A group of them head in one direction, frantically searching for a way out, then turn around. Finally, somebody stumbles upon an exit door, but they can't get it open.
Gate, that door's locked. Come on, push, everybody. Push!
If you're trapped in a smoke-filled hallway, what should you do? Keep searching for another exit? take the elevator if it's the only way down, or go back to your room. As panic sets in, they violently kick in the exit door, forcing it open.
2, 3.
Our volunteers escaped by kicking down the door, but if this had been a real fire, would they have made it out before succumbing to smoke inhalation? Firefighters say just 1 or 2 breaths of smoke can knock you out. So, what would you have done? Our first question asked, what's the first thing you should do when you get to your room? Check the phones, find the exits, or check for a fire extinguisher. The correct answer is B. Find the emergency exits by checking the diagram on the back of your door and walking the hallways. Fort Lauderdale Fire Chief Steve McInerney says good planning is the key to survival.
All right, so now I'm going to take a quick 5-minute orientation of the floor here where I'm staying. Okay, I'm going to check out my stairwell. I got 1 door here, 2 doors, 3 doors, and I know I got to make a left because I'm following this arrow. So 3 doors, I make a left, and I'm on this left wall, and I have an exit here, and out I go.
Our next question asked, if the fire alarm goes off, what's the first thing you should do? Feel the door, call the hotel operator, or grab your key and wallet and leave. Your first instinct might be to call the hotel operator, but you'd be wrong.
You wasted precious time making that phone call. The alarm goes off, you literally have seconds to get out. You come to the door here, feel the back of this doorknob, this door handle, because it'll transmit the heat. You want to open the door slowly and look up, get down, and if there's any type of smoke, you want to stay low.
So the correct answer is A. Feel the door for heat before you open it. McInerney says it's also a good idea to take your keys and identification with you before you leave.
The exit's here.
As you saw, when our volunteers left their rooms, they came face to face with thick, blinding smoke. If you enter a smoky hallway, what should you do? Walk calmly to the exit, get down low, or run to the exit. The answer is B. Get down low and crawl to the exit. Here, Chief McInerney shows us how.
I'm on my knees here, but really, if I really get down here lower, the smoke is a little clearer down here. There's cleaner air down here to breathe, and it's going to be cooler, keeping my nose and my mouth right off of this floor.
But what if you can't find a way out? Our last question asked, if you're trapped in a smoke-filled hallway, what should you do? Keep searching for another exit, take the elevator, or go back to your room. The correct answer is C. Go back to your room. This may seem to go against logic when you're in a burning building, but experts say this is your safest bet if you're trapped.
The first thing I want to do is pick up the phone, and I want to dial 911. Next, what I want to do is seal up my door. And I'm going to wet a few towels as well. And I can lay this over. The weight is going to really seal that well now, and it's going to keep that smoke from migrating in.
McInerney says the next thing you should do is wave a blanket or pillowcase out the window. This will help draw firefighters' attention to your room.
Don't panic. It's very important. Stay calm. You have one chance. Don't depend on anyone else to save your life but you.
I need a ladder over here!
Experts also suggest that before you make a reservation, be sure to ask if the hotel has sprinkler systems in all its rooms and hallways, and try to get a room no higher than the 6th floor, since most fire ladders won't reach beyond that. Next, on the Safety Challenge, airports are full of heightened security, but how vulnerable are you and your belongings? We'll show you when we come back.
Stay tuned for the answer when the Safety Challenge Traveling Safe returns.
There will be some discomfort, but it won't hurt a bit. New Olay Regenerist Night. While it doesn't provide the same results as cosmetic procedures, it increases exfoliation by 50% for the look of a mini lift every morning.
Hey.
Long day?
Yeah, and it just got longer. The car won't start.
Check the glove box.
The Eliminator Emergency Car Starter from Canadian Tire. Simply plug it into your 12-volt outlet and recharge your battery in as little as 15 minutes. Without even stepping out of your car.
See you soon.
It's the safe, easy way to get back on the road.
The Eliminator Emergency Car Starter, just $39.99. Now that's different and only at Canadian Tire.
I'll start with you.
Have a good day. See you tonight.
Okay.
Introducing the all-new Suzuki Grand Vitara. You want more out of life? We're giving you the green light. Go!
Here, I solve hair issues. Like dandruff on sensitive scalps. New Head & Shoulders Sensitive Care. It fights dandruff, and its formula with aloe leaves hair with no visible flakes and moisturizes sensitive scalps. New Sensitive Care.
How did we get the naturally sourced fiber of Metamucil into convenient capsules? Let's just say, it wasn't easy. The same naturally sourced fiber of Metamucil in capsules. Get regular, stay regular, conveniently.
Imagine if all your cats could look perfect. Introducing new Iams Multicat, the first ever food specially tailored to each of your cat's needs. So overweight cats can burn fat and trim cats can build muscle. It can help all the cats in your home have the ideal look. Life's better on Iams.
The extending Swiffer duster traps and locks dust wherever it settles.
It's like a dust magnet.
What are you doing?
Wherever dust goes, Swiffer Duster.
Valerie Pringle has left the building, but I haven't left the country. Woohoo!
Join me and I'll show you Canada from the most easterly point in Newfoundland,
From the far west here in Haida Gwaii to the Arctic Ocean. Look at this place. It's unbelievable.
It's a brand new season, and she's coming home to Canada. Valerie Pringle has left the building, Monday on CTV Travel Channel.
Now, back to the safety challenge, traveling safe.
Airport security is tighter than ever, but you're still vulnerable. A professional thief could be standing right next to you, and you wouldn't even notice.
You have this idea of a criminal that has a stocking cap pulled over their head, and they walk around shifty-eyed. In reality, they dress up like you and I. They blend in.
In fact, luggage thieves blend in so well that even today's heightened airport security doesn't catch them. Experts say that more crowding and longer lines are creating the perfect opportunity for baggage thieves to strike. Will you be their next victim? Security cameras caught this woman snatching a camera bag when she thought no one was looking. And watch this man on the right of the screen. He puts a woman's purse inside his empty suitcase and walks away. Los Angeles Police Sergeant Kevin Coffey is an expert on travel security.
Hello, sir. You might want to put your airline tickets in your front pocket or something. It could very easily be taken from you.
He says passengers sometimes make themselves easy prey, starting with decisions they make even before leaving home. What can you do to avoid being a target of thieves? Dress casually, carry bright luggage, or label your belongings. Sergeant Coffey, along with his partner Andrew Smith, showed us how easy it can be to steal somebody's belongings at the airport. First, they pick their intended victim. You can't see it, but this man has put his expensive-looking briefcase down on the floor.
Do you know
While Coffee distracts him with a question, his partner snatches the briefcase from behind. Watch again as Smith walks away with the bag. When the victim finally turns around, he's shocked to find that his bag is gone. Next, Sergeant Coffee picks another target, this woman in the airport restaurant. Watch how he pretends to trip on a chair. As she turns to help him, Officer Smith gets up from a nearby table, moves in, and calmly walks away with her luggage.
I'm sorry, I'm fine. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sorry.
A few minutes later, she panics when she realizes her bag is gone.
It worked very well. Very well.
Sorry, no hard feelings. And what happened?
She had taken her eyes off her bag for just a minute, but it was too late. So, what should you do if your bag is missing? Find a security guard, yell for help, or look for the perpetrator?
Are you checking any bags?
With terrorism a constant threat, you also need to watch out for anything that may seem unusual. An unattended bag could signal danger. So, if you notice unattended luggage, what should you do? Ask if it belongs to someone in the area, notify airport security immediately, dial 911. Security at airports is serious business, but as you've seen, you are still at risk of baggage theft. So how much did you know about protecting your belongings? Our first question asked, what can you do to avoid being a target of thieves? Dress casually, carry bright luggage, or label your belongings.
Sometimes the criminals will profile you out just by your attire. Sometimes when you travel, if you can, to dress down so you don't draw attention to yourself.
The answer is A, dress casually. Experts also say try not to carry bags that look expensive, and whatever you do, make sure to watch your belongings at all times.
Think of it as your shopping bags at a mall, and you wouldn't just leave them and then go to the store or go to the bathroom or something and expect to find them all there when you come back.
So, what should you do if your bag is missing? Find a security guard, yell for help, or look for the perpetrator. The answer is A. Find a security guard and report the loss. There's a chance, if only a small one, that you'll get your belongings back. Our final question asked, if you notice unattended luggage, what should you do? Ask if it belongs to someone, notify airport security, or dial 911.
Is this your bag?
While the safety challenge was visiting Miami International Airport, our camera crew spotted an unattended bag. Director Angela Gittins called security.
This is Miss Gittins. We have an unaccompanied bag right around E-ticket counter.
So, the answer is B, notify airport security immediately. Luckily, this turned out to be a false alarm, but experts say don't assume it always will be, and never take matters into your own hands.
Don't touch it, don't investigate it yourself. If it is in fact a threat, you may activate it, leave it to the professionals so they can respond to it appropriately.
Here's one more tip. Experts say you should clearly mark your bag so that they'll be easier to find at the baggage claim. Sometimes when a bag is missing, it's not theft, but an honest mistake. When we return, you hit the road with your family, but if you haven't had enough sleep, are you putting them at risk?
The Safety Challenge, traveling safe, will continue.
Sounds like you got a tough one there.
No problem.
What is that, a drill?
It's a lot more than just a drill. It's my new Mastercraft Maximum 3KO impact gun from Canadian Tire.
3 knockout tools in one, an impact gun, a driver, and a drill. Plus, I get all these accessories. Powerful?
It has 3 times more power than a regular 14-volt drill. That's enough power to drill easily with cement or brick. And with the quick release, changing bits on the fly is a snap.
Did I see you using it to fix your deck?
Yeah, it's great for all kinds of work. And the impacting mechanism kicks in right when you need it to.
Fastening, driving, and drilling.
All at the press of a button. The Mastercraft Maximum 3KO impact gun with accessories is just $149.99. Now that's different, and only at Canadian Tire.
There's a rusty one. Let me give it a try.
Wow.
I'll start with you.
Cancun invites you to rediscover the many wonders it has to offer. The sun, the sea, golf, ecotourism, entertainment for everyone, and so much more. In Cancun, the only one missing is you. Mexico, beyond your expectations.
I don't send postcards anymore. I send stories, adventures, pictures, and videos I make on my laptop from Shanghai, Bangkok, Tibet. Then I post them online from anywhere in the world. So my friends back home can take this trip too.
Start something worldly. Start anything you like with a world of software and devices that run on Windows.
Cruising for a great place to spend your vacation? Check out HumeCruises.com for instant access to hundreds of great options. We specialize in small ship cruising and hosted cruises, offering a wide variety of destinations and unique experiences. And of course, you can check our website or call us toll-free and we'll be happy to take care of any special needs. Cruising for a great vacation is as easy as one click. For the best in cruises, check out HumeCruises.com.
Ever have the feeling you're not alone? That you're being watched? CTV Travel Channel takes you on a journey into other worlds to whet your appetite for terror. Are we alone? Now there's only one way to know for sure. Myths and mysteries. Only on CTV Travel Channel. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they aren't there.
The Court TV Safety Challenge Traveling Safe continues.
Deadly accidents, lives destroyed. These drivers weren't drunk, they were asleep at the wheel. More than 100,000 accidents every year are blamed on tired drivers. So, if you're planning a long road trip, do you know how to keep yourself and your family safe and alive? Virginia State Trooper Mark Wilkinson sees drivers pushing the limits every night.
You were sleeping? You just woke up when you were stopped? You can't sleep while you're driving.
Wilkinson says it's hard to keep drowsy drivers off the road.
There's no drowsy, Eliza. I mean, no way to detect. Anybody could fall asleep at any time.
Getting behind the wheel with no sleep is a disaster waiting to happen. To demonstrate how dangerous it can be, we paid college student Don Formoso to stay up all night. We wanted to see what kind of driver he'd be in the morning. At 8 p.m., Don's already been awake for 9 hours. By 9 a.m. the next morning, he's been up for 22 hours, and it's time to put his driving skills to the test. Don's had no sleep, but how many hours of sleep would the average driver need to stay alert on the road? At least 6 hours, no less than 5 hours, 8 hours or more. A little weary, Don hits the road, only this road isn't real. A state-of-the-art driving simulator allows him to interact with traffic just as he would in a real car. By watching this monitor, we can measure how many times Don's eyes blink while he's driving. Sleep expert Richard Grace explains.
We're turning on an infrared light source that makes his eyes glow. And it's this bright eyes that the monitor uses to tell whether the eyes are open or closed.
At first, Don seems fine, but Grace says beware. Fatigue can sneak up on drivers quicker than they think.
Over half the people who have had drowsy driver crashes were not aware that they were tired before they fell asleep. They thought they were fine.
So, if you're on a long road trip, how often should you stop to rest? Every 2 hours, every 4 hours, or it doesn't matter as long as you feel alert. After only 10 minutes of driving, Don's eyes start to flutter, an indication he's having a hard time keeping them open. A moment later, Don's in trouble. It isn't long before he crashes again. This is an extreme case of driving fatigue, but at least 50% of Americans say they have driven drowsy at least once. If you start getting tired while driving, what can you do to help stay awake? First, drink some coffee, then take a 20-minute nap, pull over and take a brisk walk, or turn up the radio and open a window. If Don were in a real car, he'd be your worst nightmare on the road. Here's an amazing fact. A driver going 60 miles per hour will travel the length of a football field in just 4 seconds. If you're asleep at the wheel, that's a long and dangerous distance to go with your eyes closed. So, how much did you know about staying alert on the road? Our first question asked, how many hours of sleep would the average driver need to stay alert on the road? At least 6 hours, no less than 5 hours, or 8 hours or more.
A good night's sleep is 8 to 8.5 hours sleep for most people. It can be a little less, a little more. And anything less than that really contributes to drowsy driving crashes.
So the answer is C. You need 8 hours or more to stay alert. But surprisingly, the average American only gets 6 hours of sleep a night. Our next question asked, if you're on a long road trip, how often should you stop to rest? Every 2 hours, every 4 hours, or it doesn't matter as long as you feel alert. The answer is A. Take a break every 2 hours.
Maybe you should even stop more often than that if you feel drowsy. Just whenever you feel your eyes getting heavy, you need to pull over and do something about it.
But if you can't stop that frequently, what can you do to fight fatigue? Our last question asked, if you start getting tired while driving, what can you do to help stay awake? Drink coffee, then take a nap, take a brisk walk, or turn up the radio and open a window. The answer is A. First, drink some coffee, then take a 20-minute nap.
If you drink a cup of coffee before the 20-minute nap, it takes 20 minutes for the coffee to get into your bloodstream, and then when you need to wake up, the coffee is helping you. So it's a double kick.
Turning up the radio, opening a window, or taking a brisk walk will only wake you up for a few minutes. So Grace says don't take any chances. Bring someone with you to share the driving. Remember, there are no gimmicks here, only deadly consequences. In most states, a sleeping driver who causes a fatal car accident won't be charged with anything more serious than a moving violation. But in New Jersey, politicians are pushing for a much more serious charge, vehicular homicide. Remember, driving drowsy can be just as deadly as driving drunk. Coming up next, you've planned and saved for your vacation for months, but it can be ruined in a matter of seconds.
Stay tuned for the answer when the Safety Challenge Traveling Safe returns.
We go on a guy's getaway every year. Putting it together can be pretty thankless if it isn't just right.
Guys, come on. They said it was nice.
So this year I planned it. I used Expedia.ca. I saw all our options for the trip to Miami. The hotel's got a poolside bar, it's close to the clubs. I even booked an airboat tour of the Everglades. This time it's gonna be great.
Jeff, you had me in the same room as Positano?
Expedia.ca. Flights, hotels, car rentals, packages. Your trip, your way.
What can enhance your color? Day after day? Pantene Expressions for brunettes, blondes, and reds. ChromaShine Pro Vitamin formulas infuse every strand with healthy multi-dimensional shine, enhancing your color every day. Pantene Expressions for brunettes, blondes, and reds. Radiate, glow, shimmer. That's the beauty of healthy-looking hair.
Huh.
The
Extending Swiffer Duster's fluffy fibers trap and lock dust wherever it settles.
It's like a dust magnet.
What are you doing?
Wherever dust goes, Swiffer Duster. It's like a dust magnet.
Advice and great savings, come to the Home for Christmas gift sale on now at Home Hardware and Home Hardware Building Center.
Save $30 on a Black & Decker toaster oven. Save on Corel, Oster products,
and more. Or give a home gift card in any amount you choose. All during the Home for Christmas gift sale, only at Home Hardware.
Where do you want to be? In deep water? On thin ice? On the road? Or off the beaten track? Discovering lost treasures? Or losing yourself in wild celebrations? Wherever you are, this is the place you want to be. Get a fresh perspective of the world. Culture Shock, only on CTV Travel.
We return now to the Safety Challenge Traveling Safe.
They pick you out of a crowd. You don't suspect a thing when they ask you for directions. But watch what can happen. Within seconds, your wallet and everything in it is gone. Your cash, your credit cards, even your passport. Every 7 minutes, a pocket gets picked somewhere around the world, and a trip is ruined. These smooth operators glide away with roughly $1 billion a year in other people's cash. Will you be their next victim? They strike when you least expect it. Watch as the man in front creates a distraction on an escalator. His accomplice brushes up against the back of a tourist and tries to steal his wallet. The tourist feels the thief make his move. But what should he do next? If you catch a pickpocket trying to steal your wallet, what should you do? Confront the pickpocket, yell to draw attention, or find a police officer. This man immediately realized what was going on. He turned to confront the thief, who dropped his wallet to the ground. But according to pickpocket authority Bob Arno, most people aren't aware of what's happening until it's too late.
It may be an hour later before they realize that something has happened when they're about to pay. It's in that window, that 1 hour window, when it's a free-for-all for the pickpocket and his teammates.
Arno has spent the last 10 years traveling the world, catching sleight-of-hand criminals on tape and consulting with police departments everywhere. We asked Arno to show us how easy it is to steal someone's wallet. His wife, Bambi Vincent, acts as his decoy.
Look at the lady with the bag there. See that, how it's held behind her? The opening, I think that might just be perfect. Let's try it. Let's go for it.
Vincent uses a map as a distraction and asks a woman for directions. Watch as Arno closes in on the other side. He quickly slips his hand into her purse and grabs her wallet. Watch that again. The woman's attention is on the map, not on Arno. When you're out in the street, what's the safest way to carry your valuables? In a bag carried in front, in a wallet with an elastic band over it, or in a fanny pack worn in front. Many people assume they are most vulnerable on the street, but experts say you're more likely to get pickpocketed in a busy bar or restaurant. That's because you're concentrating on your meal and not on your belongings. This woman took an extra precaution by hiding her purse under her coat, but even that didn't deter Arno.
I'm going to try and sit there and go up behind into her bag.
As Vincent distracts the woman in polite conversation, Arno makes his move. Even though he's sitting with his back to her, he easily reaches under her coat and into her bag, removing cash from her wallet. So if you're at a restaurant, where is the safest place to put your bag? Hidden in the chair next to you? Between your feet? On your lap?
The closer you are to other people, the more vulnerable we become. And that applies in a subway or in a restaurant or anywhere.
So, how much did you know about protecting yourself from being taken? Our first question asked, if you catch a pickpocket trying to steal your wallet, what should you do? Confront the pickpocket, yell, find a police officer.
If we are in a crowded situation like this, lots of people around us, security, we should shout very loud, "Hey, watch out, what did you do? Take that," or "Give me back," or something like that.
So, the correct answer is B, yell to draw attention. But what about confronting the thief, as this man did in the surveillance footage?
Generally speaking, confronting a pickpocket is not smart unless you are absolutely certain that you are safe around so that you can get an assistance.
Arno says the best defense is a good offense. Know how to protect yourself before you become a victim. Our next question asked, when you're out in the street, what's the safest way to carry your valuables? In a bag in front, in a wallet with an elastic band, in a fanny pack in front. Earlier we showed you how Arno took this woman's wallet from her purse on the street. Now watch as she discovers it's missing.
I don't know what happened to my wallet.
Well, where was the last time you shopped? Would this be your wallet?
Yes.
This woman left her bag vulnerable by letting it hang at her side. Here, Arno shows you how you should carry your belongings.
The best way is to have it sideways in front of you or across and an arm over it. As long as it's in front of you, it's impossible to move it over.
The correct answer is A. Carry your bag in front of you and make sure to keep your arm over it. But what if you carry a wallet instead of a purse? Arno says,
keep it in the front pocket and have your hand on top. That's the smart answer.
If you thought a fanny pack is safe, Arno says you're wrong.
Could be something as simple as asking for direction on the map, asking just where we were going over here, sliding it out under and walking away.
Earlier we showed you how Arno stole money from a woman in a restaurant. Here, he comes clean.
If I ask you this money, would you consider, is this yours possibly?
Our last question asked, if you're at a restaurant, where is the safest place to put your bag? Hidden in the chair, between your feet, on your lap. The answer is C, on your lap.
You need to have it close to you, maybe lying on your legs, in your lap, or maybe having a hand over it on the table here, somehow where it's in your close proximity.
Before we left, Arno had one more surprise for this woman.
Now let me show you what you should do with the bag. Turn a second. No, put this one, put the bag on the side. Put this over there, that's right. So
did you miss that? See how Arno steals her watch as he's talking to her? There's a reason they call him an expert.
I do have one last question for you. What time is it right now?
Oh my God.
I thought you told me it could never happen again.
Bob Arno says that the biggest mistake travelers make is carrying too much cash. So when you leave your hotel, only take enough money for the day and one credit card. Put the rest of your valuables in the hotel safe. Coming up next, amusement parks. They're great family fun, but would you know what to do if something goes wrong?
The answer when we return.
Hi, I'm Michael Palin, and you're watching CTV Travel.
Life dull? Escape to CTV Travel Channel. Live a little.
Cancun invites you to rediscover the many wonders it has to offer. The sun, the sea, golf, ecotourism, entertainment for everyone, and so much more. In Cancun, the only one missing is you. Mexico, beyond your expectations.
Remember what to say if they ask about projections?
Manufacturing up 20%.
Right. If they ask about staffing?
Workforce down 8%.
No, down 5%, which means?
Labor costs under control.
Right. Sales projections?
Up 15%. No, 10%. Then I hit them with a marketing plan.
Exactly. And what do you think about the recent crash test results?
I don't know. What do I think?
If a CEO doesn't get it, we won't invest your money in his business. Knowing pays. AIM Trimark.
Okay, audition in 2 weeks. Whiten your smile. No red wine, blueberry pie, coffee, tea.
Got it.
Imagine a dental plan that makes you look incredibly polished. Crest Vivid White Toothpaste. It can give you a noticeably whiter smile in just 14 days because it helps polish away stains and helps prevent stains from returning.
Good advice.
Crest Vivid White, part of the Crest Dental Plan. Healthy looking, beautiful smiles for life.
Sometimes you need a hand.
Be prepared. Choose a quality reactor LED flashlight. Only at Home Hardware and Home Billing Center, your LED headquarters. With LED technology, batteries last at least 10 times longer, give you up to a 100-foot beam, and are up to 20 times brighter. In the car, at home, or as a great gift. See all the reactor LED flashlights. Only at Home Hardware.
Help is close to home.
Now back to the Court TV Safety Challenge, Traveling Safe.
Michigan, dozens injured when this ride collapses. Texas, 30 riders are stranded on a roller coaster for hours. And imagine this.
3, 2, 1, bungee!
In Orlando, Florida, a man plunges to the ground when his bungee cord breaks. Incredibly, that man survived, but thousands of people each year are injured on park rides, some even killed. So would you know what to do if these thrills turn threatening?
Zach, any last words you'd like to say, buddy? I hope I make it.
In 1993, 17-year-old Zach Steinke died when a cable snapped on this ride in Atlantic Beach, South Carolina. Many accidents like this one have been blamed on poor maintenance of park rides. Big theme parks are inspected regularly, but what about small amusement parks or state fairs? We wanted to show you just how unsafe some of the rides can be at these traveling carnivals. So we went along with inspectors in Florida to see what they could find at 3 different locations. Amazingly, they uncovered one ride with a cracked frame, another with a frayed cable, and also this.
What I found wrong was 2 of these snap rings were missing.
Right.
But the pin could work itself out. Lose the sweep, lose the motorcycle, and the child that's riding on it.
These problems were fixed before the park opened that day, and the industry says they take safety seriously.
Maintenance and safety have become #1 priority within this industry, because without it, you don't stay in business.
But what if those problems hadn't been found and it was your child on one of those rides? So how can you make sure the rides at an amusement park are safe? Go on the ride with your child, see if the ride has been inspected, or avoid rides that seem more than 10 years old. Another danger at amusement parks is losing your kids in a crowd. Distractions are everywhere, and it's easy for children to wander off. What should you do if you turned around and suddenly your child was missing? To find out, the Safety Challenge put 2 parents to the test.
Here we go!
We invited Jack and Kim Bowerly and their 4-year-old daughter Sierra to Knott's Berry Farm in Southern California. The Bowerlys know they're going to be part of a story about safety, but what they don't know is that child safety expert Bob Stuber is going to separate them from Sierra. We have wired our parents with special eyeglass cameras to record their every move. When the Bowerlys first arrive at the park, they take their daughter by the hand. What's the first thing you should do after entering a theme park? Show your child a meeting place in case you get separated. Make sure you have your child's hand at all times, or make sure your child has your name and cell phone number. A short while later, the Bowerlys meet up with Sierra's cousin, and it's time to put our demonstration into action.
Okay.
As Stuber distracts the parents with conversation, Sierra's aunt takes the girls in the opposite direction.
I think we're going this way.
When the Bowerlys turn around, they realize the girls are gone.
They're lost now. And you need to find them. You need to find your daughter. She's 4 years old. Where is she now?
I'm going to hustle back.
I'm going to wait for you right at this spot right here in case she comes through.
If you're in a crowded place and suddenly you can't find your child, what should you do? Run and find a security guard, stay where you are and ask someone to help you look, or walk in the direction you are heading and call your child's name. The Bowerlys immediately fan out and start looking everywhere for their daughter.
Sierra! You can't find her? No. Can you go in there? I'll wait right out here. Maybe they're in the cave area or something.
Sir. We're looking for our daughter, 4-year-old daughter. She's missing. She's been missing for about 10 minutes.
As security puts out an alert, Jack continues to look for his daughter. Finally, after 20 minutes, he spots Sierra walking with her uncle.
Come here. Hi, babe. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
We got separated. Yeah, we're missing you. Are you okay? Is everything all right? Okay.
Sierra was finally reunited with her father. But how much did you know about protecting your children in an amusement park? Our first question asked, how can you make sure the rides at an amusement park are safe? Go on the ride with your child, see if the ride has been inspected, or avoid rides that seem more than 10 years old. Michael Hupalo has been inspecting amusement park rides for 15 years. He says the answer is B, check to see if the ride has been inspected. Hupalo showed us the special license plate you can look for near the operator's booth, which certifies that a ride is safe. Many states like Florida require this plate to be valid before a park can open.
Each year this will get an annual inspection and it'll get a new sticker that reflects that, and patrons can look for that.
But some states don't require inspections at all. So even if you do look for an inspection sticker, you might not find one. In that case, experts say, skip the ride. Next, we asked you what you should do if you lose your child in a crowded place. Our question asked, what's the first thing you should do after entering a theme park? Show your child a meeting place. Make sure you have your child's hand. Make sure your child has your name and cell phone number. The answer is C. Have your child carry what Stuber calls an information card.
One for you, one for the child. Your information card needs to have a current picture, what your child is wearing right now at the park, in case you need to get other people to help you find the child if they get separated. And the kid needs your cell phone number if you have a cell phone, so they or somebody else can call you from another area in the park.
Our last question asked, if you're in a crowded place and suddenly you can't find your child, what should you do? Find a security guard, stay where you are, or walk in the direction you were heading.
One parent should stay put right where you first discovered the child was missing, and the other one's the rover, the searcher.
The answer is B, stay where you are and have someone help you look. But what should your child do? Stuber says to teach them, if they get lost, to stay put.
We call it dropping the anchor. Just like if they're in a boat and they throw the anchor at, stay right where you're at. The more she moves around, the harder it is to find her.
And here's one more tip. Teach your children to be careful about whom they approach for help. Tell them to look for mothers with children or park personnel with name tags. This will reduce their chances of falling into the wrong hands. When we return, you're in the middle of the ocean when disaster strikes. Do you know what to do?
Stay tuned. The Court TV Safety Challenge, Traveling Safe, will continue.
There will be some discomfort, but it won't hurt a bit.
New Olay Regenerist Night. While it doesn't provide the same results as cosmetic procedures, it increases exfoliation by 50% for the look of a mini lift every morning.
Mini saw, sander, cutout tool, right angle attachment, flex shaft. Hi.
Introducing a hard-working precision tool that's worth getting excited about. The Mastercraft Maximum Rotary Tool System. With over 500 pieces, it easily converts from a mini circular saw to a detail sander to a cutout tool. Plus, its revolutionary motor is designed to maintain a constant speed, even under varying loads. And it comes with this convenient stand to free your hands, along with the flex shaft to make detail work a snap.
The rotary tool system with carrying bag. Mastercraft Maximum quality, just $99.99. Now that's different, and only at Canadian Tire.
Are you coming to bed?
I guess.
I'll start with you.
Cancun invites you to rediscover the many wonders it has to offer. The sun, the sea, golf, ecotourism, entertainment for everyone, and so much more. In Cancun, the only one missing is you. Mexico, beyond your expectations.
Travel on the edge.
Why does this happen to me? Why am I all of a sudden in a dangerous place? I'm here to go hiking and all of a sudden I'm at war again.
A hardcore, no-holds-barred look at the most intense places on Earth.
The danger is not a place, it's a state of mind.
It's a place where really nothing is for sure, because you face all types of dangers.
Danger Zone. It's a trip you'll only see on CTV Travel Channel.
All types of dangers.
Danger Zone. It's a trip you'll only see on CTV Travel Channel.
Winter is on its way, and so is help for dry winter skin. Olay Quench moisturizes to help stop the cycle of dry skin before it starts. Guaranteed.
We're back with the Court TV Safety Challenge, Traveling Safe.
They're floating resorts, hundreds of feet long and equipped with every imaginable luxury. And while most travelers have trouble-free cruises, bad things can happen. 90-mile-per-hour winds cripple a ship off the coast of South Africa. Passengers flee to lifeboats as their ocean liner is stranded off the Bahamas. And from the Caribbean to Hawaii, a violent stomach virus sickens thousands. Despite these vacation nightmares, cruises have become one of the most popular family vacations. 8 million people a year take them, and the number's growing. But when a disaster strikes on a ship, there's nowhere to go. July 1998. A fire in the laundry room of this cruise liner turns the ship into a floating inferno.
You guys, we're going down.
3,000 terrified passengers and crew are trapped as flames and smoke engulf their ship. The ordeal lasted 4 hours. What if you had been on board? If your ship catches fire, what's the first thing you should do? Put on a life vest and go to the lifeboats. Listen for instructions before doing anything. Immediately return to your cabin. But how can you protect yourself from a danger that you can't see? In 2002 alone, 20 different cruise ships had outbreaks of a highly contagious stomach flu called the Norwalk-like virus.
We just started getting sick, throwing up, diarrhea, that type of stuff. And the more it went on, the worse it got. We kept seeing ambulances at every port that we came into.
If you or your family caught this virus, your vacation would be ruined. So, if you're taking a cruise, what's the best way to prevent getting sick? Get vaccinated before you go, drink only bottled water, or wash your hands frequently. The Norwalk virus usually runs its course in just a few days, but what if you get struck with a more serious medical emergency? If you suffer a life-threatening illness, what should you do? Ask to be evacuated by helicopter, request that the ship divert to the nearest port, or let the ship's medical staff decide what to do. With the rash of news reports on shipboard illnesses, you'd think that's the biggest worry. But experts say fire is a much bigger threat. Our first question asked, if your ship catches fire, what's the first thing you should do? Put on a life vest, listen for instructions, return to your cabin. The correct answer is B, listen for instructions before doing anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
All cruise ships conduct a mandatory safety drill with passengers on the first day of travel.
In the event that we were to abandon ship, the staff will divide you into groups and take you to the lifeboats.
Our guests are really our partners in the safety of the ship, so it's important for them to work with us and cooperate when we ask them to do things like lifeboat drill and safety drill, and then pay attention to the directions that the crew gives you. Make sure you get your life jacket on. If you've got anything that's important to have with you, make sure you take it with you, like medicines, glasses, things like that.
Most cruise ships are well equipped to handle fire, but they're almost defenseless against another potential danger. In 2002, more than 1,400 passengers contracted the Norwalk-like virus. So, if you're taking a cruise, what's the best way to prevent getting sick? Get vaccinated before you go, drink only bottled water, or wash your hands frequently. There is currently no vaccine for the Norwalk virus, and cruise ships filter the water so it's safe to drink. Therefore, the best way to prevent getting sick is C, wash your hands frequently.
Washing your hands prior to eating or drinking is extremely important, and that will cut down on the transmission of organisms that you might have picked up by touching surfaces that may contain a virus.
But what if you're struck with something more serious than a virus? If you suffer a life-threatening illness, what should you do? Ask to be evacuated by helicopter, request that the ship divert to the nearest port, or let the ship's medical staff decide what to do. The answer is C. Let the ship's medical staff decide what to do. Most major cruise lines have at least one doctor and several nurses on board. If they determine that your condition is critical, arrangements will be made to get you off the ship and into the nearest hospital.
We can airlift people off the vessel by helicopter. The Coast Guard basically meets us at sea with one of their big Sea Stallion helicopters, lowers down a doctor, a paramedic, and a basket. We make sure the customer is stabilized, and then lift them up in the basket.
If you need to be evacuated from a ship, it can cost you up to $10,000, and most health insurance plans won't even cover you outside the United States. So you might want to consider getting some form of travel insurance. Well, that wraps up our program for tonight. We hope that every trip you make is safe and trouble-free. But if you want to brush up on what you've just learned or find out even more, log on to CoreTV.com or AOL keyword CoreTV. I'm Cynthia McFadden. Thank you for joining us, and good night from Times Square.